Resampling and aggregation in Python with Pandas. This lesson will help you master resampling and aggregation using Pandas. We will use real-world time series data, like sales or weather. You will learn to group data by time, summarize trends, and pull out key patterns. Let us get started. Running the cell now. Let us make sure warnings do not distract us. Now we will load Pandas and plotting tools. We are disabling warnings, so they will not distract us from learning. Now we are importing Pandas. This helps us work with data tables. We also bring in Matplotlib to draw plots and charts. We use PD as a shortcut for Pandas. Running the cell now. Try typing PD and notice hints from your editor for Pandas functions. What is resampling? Resampling lets you change the time step of your data. You can group by months, weeks, years, or even hours. This helps you see patterns and trends that may be hidden when looking at raw data. Running the cell now. Let us download real data about monthly airline passengers. We will show its shape and preview a few rows. Here we are loading monthly airline passenger numbers. This dataset has two columns, month and passengers. We use pd_read_csv to read it from a web link. After loading, we look at its shape to see how many rows and columns there are. We print the first few rows to get a quick idea of what the data looks like. Running the cell now. Can you spot what the column names are in this preview? Let us see how passenger counts change across months. We will make a quick line plot. We are making a line plot of passengers over time. The x-axis is each month, and the y-axis is number of passengers. This shows us trends and changes at a glance. The plot will help us see patterns more easily. We label the axes so it is clear what we are looking at. We rotate the month labels so they fit. Tight layout avoids overlap. Finally, we show the plot. Running the cell now. Does the number of passengers appear to rise or fall overall? Why aggregate data? Aggregation means combining several numbers into a summary. For example, you can take the monthly numbers and compute the yearly total. This helps you see the big picture and compare different time intervals. Running the cell now. Before resampling, we need months as date values. Let us set month as our index. We convert that month column to a date format, so Pandas understands it as time. Next, we set this column as the index of the table. Now our data is ready for resampling by time. Let us look at the new index to check. Running the cell now. Notice how the index on the left now shows proper dates. Let us group the data by year and add up passengers per year. We are using Resample with Y for yearly. This groups the data by year. We use sum to get the total passengers in each year. Running the cell now. Try changing Y to SEM for monthly or Q for quarterly and see what happens. Let us visualize the total number of passengers in each year with a bar chart. We are drawing a bar chart for total passengers per year. This lets us compare whole years quickly. The height of each bar shows the total passengers that year. We add a title and labels for clarity. Finally, we show the chart. Running the cell now. Do you see some rise from year to year? Instead of totals, let us try yearly averages. We use mean to find the average passengers per month for every year. This is useful to notice steady growth or declines year over year. The process is just like before, but with mean. Running the cell now. Is the average each year very different from the total? Why or why not? Exploring different time windows. You can group by different periods, not just years. Try resampling by quarter, every 3 months, or by each month. This shows seasonal trends or cycles in the data. Running the cell now. Let us summarize data by each quarter. We are using Q for quarter. This tells Pandas to group every 3 months together. The result shows passenger sums for each quarter. Running the cell now. What months do you think belong to each quarter? Now, let us see which month had the highest passenger count overall. We use IDSmax to find the date when passenger numbers peaked. Then max gives the highest value. We print both together with a clear label. This tells us the biggest month in our entire dataset. Running the cell now. Can you imagine what might have caused a sudden spike in that month? You can calculate several summaries at once on the same time groups. With Agg, we can ask for sum, mean, and max all together for each year. This avoids repeating resample code over and over. We get lots of yearly stats in one table now. Running the cell now. Try replacing max with a minute to see the quietest month each year. What if your data had missing months? Here we will fill missing months using forward fill. We first resample so every month has a row, even if missing in the original. Reindex makes sure there are no missing months in our index. If a month had no data, we fill it with the last known value. This is called forward fill, and it helps keep your plots or model steady. Let us check the filled table. Running the cell now. For forecasting, why might filling missing values be important? Let us smooth the data using a rolling average to spot trends. A rolling mean averages each value with its neighbors. Here a window of 6 months looks at local trends. We plot both the raw numbers and the rolling mean. Smooth lines help us see long-term growth or drops without noise. The chart appears below. Running the cell now. Can you see how the moving average line smooths out big jumps? Real-world example, quarterly sales figures. Grouping monthly data into quarters can help businesses see seasonal demand. Resampling can help with planning and setting goals for future sales. Running the cell now. Let us measure % growth from year to year. We are computing the percentage change in passengers between each year. Multiplying by 100 gives us a friendly %. Rounding makes the numbers neat. Printing shows us how much growth changed from one year to another. Running the cell now. Can you spot any years when growth slowed down? Now we will find the year with the biggest jump in passenger numbers. We use difference to measure change from each year to the next. IDSmax points to the year with the largest increase. We use .year so it prints just the year number. This can help find breakthrough years in the business. Running the cell now. Pause and think, what might have happened that year to boost numbers so much? Let us label each year based on whether the number of passengers grew or fell. We create a new column changed for yearly difference. Next, we add a category, a column that says growth if the change was positive, or drop otherwise. The printout summarizes which years were good and which were not. Now a business could focus on the causes of ups and downs. Running the cell now. Try changing the lambda to mark drops more clearly, like sharp drop if negative and over some value. Sometimes resample does not work if your index is not a date time. Let us see what happens if we try to resample with plain numbers as dates. If your index is not a real date, Pandas will give an error. Here, we purposely create fake dates from numbers and try to resample. The try block protects our notebook from breaking. The printout shows the error, reminding us to make sure the index is a date time. Always check your data's index before resampling. Running the cell now. When resample fails, check both the index type and the frequency code. As a fun extra, let us look only at June, July, and August. We will sum and plot summer passenger totals per year. We create a table with only summer months. Then we resample by year and sum passengers. Finally, we make a bar chart just for summer travel. This can be handy for studying vacation season trends. Let us display the plot below. Running the cell now. Look for years with unusually high or low summer travel. If you are learning something, subscribe and like the video for more Pandas tips. Challenge, your turn. Try resampling by different periods. How about weeks? What happens if you use a minute or max in your aggregation? Can you create a moving median as well as a mean? Experiment with these techniques using your own data if you have some. Running the cell now. Recap what you have learned. How to load and view time series data with Pandas. The basic idea of resampling. How to group and aggregate by different periods. Creating plots to spot trends. Handling missing data and smoothing with rolling statistics. These skills help you summarize, explain, and forecast real-world data. Running the cell now. Thanks for learning. If you enjoyed this lesson, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Try these techniques on your work or school projects. Happy coding! Running the cell now.